everyone, and welcome to our podcast. We
Hello.
are the Easy Crew, and this is the Easy Hour. Um, let's just introduce ourselves. I'll start. I'm Maurice. I'm Dutch. That's about it.
That's great. Son.
That's everything you need to know about me.
Oh yeah, I actually want to say something
Wow.
else. Besides that, I'm Dutch and that I live like in the same city as you and know you, IRL. But yeah, I'm Raul. I like retro games. I also like Japan. That's nice. And I also occasionally play basketball.
Yo, you
That's all.
don't just like retro games. You like modern games as well.
Yeah, but I especially like retro games. Like I like them more. If you give me like a modern shooter and a retro shooter, I probably like retro shooter more.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Like
hello, Tom. Tom is a bit of a bitch, so he doesn't want to introduce himself. So I'm just gonna tell you a little.
Talk to me like that.
No, I
a
will.
bit of a cunt.
I'm gonna.
What's your
Fucking hell!
problem?
You already dropped the C word in like the
God's
first 2
sake.
minutes. Well, I hope that gave
Yeah,
kind of an
drop-
impression to what you can expect from us. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be introducing Tom because he's just really shy when talking to an audience. But if we're just pretending like people are not here, probably won't be here anyway. So that will be convenient. Anyway, Tom is a little 12-year-old black boy. He's in a wheelchair. He lost both his legs in a very, very tragic glue accident when he was 6. What else can we tell about Tom? Oh yeah,
I
Tom
live with
likes
my gran.
TF2. Oh, your gran. He lives with his gran. Because
Who
he's
I
a winner
occasionally-
like that.
I occasionally push down the stairs.
Yeah. He occasionally sprinkles like some marbles on top of the stairs
Just occasionally.
just to keep it fresh. Like he got to keep the joke fresh. Well, Tom, did I forget something about you?
I'm not actually black. I'm not
What?
actually 12. And I'm not actually dying.
I never said that.
Well,
You thought you might.
He thought he was like preemptively discrediting the fact that I said he died, even though I didn't.
We
That-
will say you
Good
died.
job, Tom. You did it.
thanks, mate.
Well, so I think we've pretty much introduced ourselves. The podcast will be an hour long-ish. We will, of course, not exactly
We
an
hope.
hour, but we will try to be within an hour. We have 50 minutes to introduce ourselves. So maybe we
Yeah.
can like explain a few inside jokes that we will be using a lot, so people
Right,
actually
here's one.
get them.
Okay.
Don't turn my live support off. That's a good one, isn't it? Everyone loves that one.
We do like it. So,
Yeah.
can you explain to us?
No.
You're such a fucking hard person to work with. Like, no. Okay.
Oh, he pulled the cancer card in League of Legends.
Well, no, that's not at all what it came from. Like, basically,
What?
Tom and I occasionally like to go on games, and we like kind of as a team set me up as a girl.
Yeah,
Not to
Yeah,
make
we're
fun
not
of,
weird.
not to make fun of girls, but just funny to see how certain people react to like someone who claims to be a girl on the internet. Like even though,
Yeah, that-
especially since it is the internet, so
Yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Like, who will white knight first?
yeah, that's the fun thing. Like whenever someone tries to phone kick me and I'm pretending to be a girl, like I instantly get 6 no's. I'm like, oh, made it again. But yeah, basically,
funny-
so I was like in a heated argument on TF2 with some guy who claimed that I wasn't a girl. Well, it wasn't really me who was in the argument. There were like 7 people around it who were like defending me, and some other people were like hating on that guy.
Oh, yeah. I actually remember now.
Yeah, did you not know where the
Got it.
fucking reference? You just been yelling cancer for days now. You're nuts. You didn't even know why you were saying it. Well, anyway, so basically we were in this discussion with this guy, and he was kind of a dick to me. Even though I was a really nice girl. I'm a nice girl.
Oh, I know.
Such a nice girl. And then he just randomly said, when I asked how are you doing after the like fight kind of calmed down, yeah, I have cancer. Just like out of nowhere. Just he said, oh yeah, I just dropped the cancer card. Like wham, I've got cancer.
So everybody must like
Yeah,
you.
I was like, go on, Tom.
So we thought we'd bully him about it.
No, we didn't bully him about it. I really felt bad because I felt like he was really. I wouldn't say he's a sad person, but he like was
That's a
really.
bit rude.
He tried to get in my pants basically.
What, by saying
Oh,
he's got
yeah.
cancer?
No, by acting.
Number one
Got
pickup
cancer,
line
would you-
used around the
seriously,
world.
like, oh,
like, hey, my dick is nearly falling off, so get it whilst it's
well,
hot.
it's almost as good as my pickup lines.
Well,
Just doesn't quite match the
No.
style of you've got nice tits. Just isn't up to par to that. No.
like Cole is known as the player. Basically, it doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what, doesn't matter where or when. He always gets spoon. It's just kind of his
Yeah.
thing.
I actually got a blazer lately. So, I just
You
what
got
was it last
A
week?
blazer, like
a
the piece of clothing.
yeah, a piece of clothing. Like it really looks good. So yeah, lady killer.
Yeah.
Just need to the sweat handkerchief in my pocket and then it's like complete.
How about no?
I already have
Oh, how about no?
I have black pants, black shoes, I have
You're going to
White.
rob someone?
a white shirt,
A white
black
shirt.
blazer, black blazer. It looks great.
Wow.
Honestly, it
So you
does.
basically look like Han Solo.
Yeah, only a blazer is like it looks more like a suit. A suit
Okay, you
jacket
basically
than-
look like Han Solo with sleeves.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
And it's like the blazer is closed, and you occasionally wear like a bow tie with it.
Occasionally wear a bow tie. When's the moment where you actually put on a blazer and a bow tie? Why don't you just go full tuxedo then? Or like something more. Like a blazer isn't really that fancy though. So why would you ever wear a bow tie with it?
Well, when you go to a special occasion and you want to show off, wear a bow tie. You have to. You know, I want to get a full tuxedo, but just don't have the money.
Ah.
It's too bad, but it really looks good though. So I'm really happy with it.
You know, Tom and I, since we're on the topic of clothing, Tom and I had a conversation the other day. Well, as most conversations featuring Tom, they're pretty one-sided. But still,
Did we?
I basically had a
Or
rant
stuff-
about how people don't wear hats anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not
Oh,
someone who's like,
that.
we should bring the fedora back, because it's kinda already back. But it's more like, people basically stopped wearing hats, so they almost lost like an equipment slot, or like an accessory slot. Because, you know, you have like shoes, pants, shirt, maybe something over your shirt, and that's it. Whereas you used to have a hat as well.
Yeah,
And I mean,
I get it.
yeah, it's like I don't like wearing hats myself, and I know it's a lot of a hassle. I think that's the reason why people really stop wearing them. But it's just I think it's a shame that people don't wear hats anymore.
No, I actually like wearing hats. Only at a certain point you have to look in the mirror and say, yeah, this is not
This
for
is
me.
too much. Like Raul used to have Raul used to have a phase where he wore a fedora and he wore like Tom, you know Ash Ketchum,
Ash Ketchum.
right?
Yeah,
From
Ash
Pokemon.
Ketchum.
You know, he
Yeah.
has like
Gloves.
those gloves with the tips cut off. He wore those with a fedora. And I think it was at the same time you started getting into Magic.
Yeah.
So I was like, fucking
So-
hell, Tom, you have become like the Redditor fedora milady meme.
Well,
Tom?
Oh, sorry, I meant
Oh,
Raul.
Tom, oh,
Fucking hell.
Tom wore fedoras years before that.
yeah. Before it was not cool to wear fedoras.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like cool, then it was uncool again, and then it was cool again.
Well, I actually saw like I was in the supermarket downstairs, and I actually saw the meme with like the fat nerd and with the glasses and like the ponytail.
Yeah.
I actually saw that guy. It looked exactly like that guy. So I saw him walking
Oh, fuck.
in the supermarket. I actually wanted to take a picture with him.
Just walk up to him. Excuse me, sir, but you're such a meme. I just have to take this picture with you.
It's a shame he didn't wear a hat.
Yeah, well, what a shame. Apparently, there's like a cigarette lighter that's like one of those milady fedora wearer guys, and when you like tip the top off, like his fedora comes off. It looks really funny, actually.
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
quite like it. Also, if you're wondering why Tom's really silent, two reasons. He's a silent person. He's really a background person who just every now and then drops an F-bomb
yeah.
or whatever. Or just like gives a small comment, but we'll never let him talk because he just doesn't have that zing factor, that undescribable zing. Also, he's
That-
playing Counter-Strike right now, so that might have something to do with it as well.
Can you not be so rude about my life choices?
you with it, Tom?
Well, yeah,
Well, I mean, that was a pretty good intro, I'd say.
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I actually looked down and I saw Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie just lying around.
Why?
I don't know. I haven't seen this thing in years.
So your mom like watched it last night and quickly put it back before you woke up. That's why she wanted you to be quiet.
Yeah. No, this brings back some memories. I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh!
Does it now?
Yeah,
Okay,
it
well,
does.
I guess we could go on to the next segment, which is gaming. Because
Oh.
So I have quite a few things about that. I'll
about
just let
what?
Maurice
Gaming
start.
or about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah. No, gaming.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're going on to the segment now, though. So this is your chance to shine.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I actually just played.
Whoa,
Devil
whoa,
May Cry
whoa, whoa, whoa!
3.
Keep
Whoa,
it in
whoa,
your
whoa, whoa.
pants, there, champ. We're not there yet.
Video Hogos.
For your Huegos. This is what I mean. Some just randomly drops words into conversations.
But it does make them like a million times
Yeah.
better. When he actually speaks, it makes the podcast like just a million times
It's just
better.
like play a drinking game where every time Tom says something, you take a shot.
Yeah.
Like that would
Yeah.
actually be a pretty balanced game. Like every sentence Tom says, you take a shot.
Yeah, but if Tom wanted to fuck with us, he
Yeah, I'll just stay I can't speak. Fuck off.
He makes like one mistake, he just quits. Just like throws his mic out of the window, just like unfriends everyone on his list.
and then just makes his grand tumble.
Just like randomly fucking
That's
out,
just
man.
a normal thing anyway.
Yeah, that's what he's going to
Yeah,
do anyway.
She's used to it now.
Yeah. She's like permanently wearing a helmet. Yeah, fucking Dan.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Raul, what were you going to say about Devil May Cry?
Yeah, well, I played Devil May Cry 3, and that game reminded me of, when games used to be really hard, because I'm on this boss, and it's beaten me 7 times, and when you die, you have to start the whole level over again, and the level takes about 20 minutes. So I've been really struggling with that, and I just can't seem to win. And at a certain point, the game starts mocking me for it. Would you like to drop down to easy mode? And I'm like, no. But it keeps bitching about it. You should really. It keeps changing. Like you should really drop down to easy mode.
What are you playing on now then? Normal or hard?
Not normal. There's
Wow.
no. You first need to play on normal. And I've completed Devil May Cry 1 on normal, and it also kept bugging me to drop down to easy. Maybe because of the fact that I played certain levels 16 times before I actually beat them.
You know, to be fair, I don't think it's a fair argument to say like that games only used to be hard. Like if you were to play, for example, Dark Souls, which I mean, sure you gotta like the setting and whatnot, but I mean it's really hard. Like I know this is what the classic like hard game card people always pull, like hard modern
Yeah.
game. I mean, but like
Yeah,
there
so-
are hard games out there. It's just I don't think the problem is they're not making hard games anymore. I think the problem is they're not making like big publishers aren't making hard games anymore.
Yeah, they have to make a lot of money, and just hard games don't appeal to that wide of an audience because they'll just say fuck it and quit and take the game back.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that logic is kind of flawed simply because there are also people who say this is too easy for me and just quit
Yeah, okay.
because of the same reason. I mean, sure, it will be less, but you're still losing out on sales anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, hard is kind of an objective term anyway. Like, I don't know, some people might find certain things harder than others.
Yeah.
Like Tom's Nan, am I right? Tom's Nan?
Are you saying you get hard over my nan?
Yeah. Like
That's a bit-
permanently. I like.
It's
I
a
like
bit
how-
worrying.
Yeah, it is. Also, Tom's Nan is like wired
Dead.
in.
Oh.
Oh, that as well. She's like a wire in her like a casket. She's like sitting on the ground now, like now pulling an Al Qaeda, listening to us. She's actually not though.
No, but what I mean to say is that they had a franchise built around being a really hard game, like actually being challenging, and then they made a reboot, and they threw it all out the window.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have difficulty settings. Like maybe normal isn't as hard as it used to be, but
Yeah, that's true, but I have tried to. I mean, I thought it was too easy, so I put it on hard, and even that was really easy. And at a certain point, when you have hard on Devil May Cry, really you have so many combos and so many tricks you can pull. I've seen skilled players like take no damage on the hardest difficulty on the first Devil May Cry, and that's like normal is I die 20 times, and then you have the hardest difficulty, which is like 3 difficulties up, and they don't even take damage. You can't be that good. It's like it has a really good difficulty curve, but Devil May Cry the reboot just has a difficulty curve and just stops around, well, halfway in, and then just you can't go further because at a certain point your combos will always be stopped by a enemy of a certain color which you can only attack with a certain weapon.
Yeah.
And you have to switch and you have to stop. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I suppose, but it's like I get what you're saying with that too easy nowadays. But I don't know. Like you're saying you can't pull those things off. So I mean, for you, I'd say it's a fair enough challenge.
Yeah, Devil May Cry the reboot was on hard a fair enough challenge. Not nearly. I died 2 times,
Yeah.
and in the whole game.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that's
But that's the point of difficulty levels.
yeah.
On hard, I died.
Well, there
the
are harder
final-
difficulties, aren't there?
Yeah, I think there's Dante must die, but I haven't really tried that
Yeah,
yet.
the problem I have with difficulties is I like them, but as soon as you start like giving you the next difficulty only if you unlock something on the previous one.
Yeah, because you have to go through the whole game again, and I would like to just switch on the if I think this is too easy, I would just like to stop and put the difficulty on a harder setting.
Yeah. Well, I can see where you're coming from. But let's move on to something else. Tom, what have you been playing lately? I know what you've been playing, but tell Raoul what we've been playing, Tom.
Yeah. Tell me.
League of Legends, TF2,
League of
and
Legends.
CS:GO.
Is that the MOBA I've been hearing so much about?
I've been playing that with you guys.
No,
so,
it's a single-player strategy game.
Oh.
Single player Just Dance emulator. No, I mean, MOBAs are always such a touchy subject. It's just like religion. Like as soon as you mention one MOBA, like all the other people who play other MOBAs that go wild.
Play Dota 2 noob.
I only play Heroes of Newerth. Like his and his mom, this person who said that, like the only 2 people who still play Han. Just kidding, Han fans. Ooh, love
Never
you
even
guys.
heard of it.
Well,
I know what it is, but I have never even touched it. But I have never touched the other MOBAs until you dragged me into it about 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
well,
So-
About a
this-
week ago. No,
we could go.
just me.
Tom, we all sang with you, fucker. Don't always
Back
put
off.
yourself in
You just-
such a
it's
Too
sad-
late.
Oops.
You
No,
just
it's the
stopped.
delay. We're gonna blame it on the audio delay.
Oh, always a delay.
Actually, in case you guys didn't know, we have like half a second audio delay, and we only just found out. Like Tom, we've been talking pretty much at least 3 hours a day for like what, the last month or so.
Yeah.
And we only just found out that between the 2 of us there's like a delay. The spirit.
Well,
But oh well, it doesn't
well,
matter.
I haven't noticed it either.
No, I hadn't noticed it. Tom, can you say you've noticed it?
Nope.
No, you can't.
It's
Well,
not
we
one of those
started
things you
recording audio.
notice. Yeah, and it's not something you notice until you test it.
Well, I mean, like, if it constantly feels like I'm only just talking over you, you know what I mean? Like, if I talk over you anyway a lot, but whoops.
That's because he's Tom. That's not because of the delay.
Oh, I talk over you as well. I
What?
talk
Yeah,
over everyone.
but that's because you're Maurice.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it is.
I have played a lot of PS2 games because my Xbox 360 and PS4 and my good PC have basically been taken away because some school issues.
Yeah. Good job on that
Yeah.
one, as always.
Well, I forgot that I had a test. Okay.
Whoops. Not like a test, basically an exam, but sure. A test, let's just call it that.
Yeah, that is part of it. It's not the exam. but it's part
Well,
of the
yeah,
exam.
well, so it's a exam. An exam.
Yeah. So I forgot, and it didn't end too well. So I have like an F or a 1 or how do you want to call it?
Or 5 if you're German.
Yeah. And now I got to redo it, and I have to use my. Then we have like 1 retry per
Period.
exam
Basically.
test
Yeah.
week, and I have to use it on that one because I screwed up. Luckily, I haven't got any other. How do you call it? Well, grades below 6 or D or
It's a
C
C,
or
yeah. Well,
yeah,
well
or
you're,
whatever.
you're hyping it up a lot, whereas the truth just is you came in unprepared, and you probably are going to be unprepared for the next one. Because I know you.
Yeah,
Like, who forgets their calculator to a math exam?
I do.
Tom?
Because I
Have you ever done that? No,
No.
Tom just died. Oh, it's the delay,
Tom.
probably.
Not that I can remember. No, I was thinking, because I've sat a lot of tests in my life. I'm an experienced man.
Some of them were for school, others were from a certain mental institution. Just kidding, Tom.
and others were for others were at the hospital for certain diseases.
Mm,
Oh.
but you don't really sit down for those, though. Well, it depends on what they're, like, inspecting, I suppose. So, Tom, your latest hospital visit, like, doesn't matter when it was, even if it was, like, 3 years ago. What was that for?
Broken leg.
Oh, when was that?
When?
Yeah, when?
About 6
About
years
a week
ago.
ago? Oh, 6 years.
No.
The last time you went to the hospital was 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Well, actually, if I think back, I went to the hospital, but not for myself, because my mother had like a collapsed lung. So I went to visit. But if I have to remember the last time I went to the hospital for myself, it would have been one of 2 things: either for 6 years ago for my broken arm, or 6 years ago for my circumcision.
Well, I remember when this section was about gaming and not all circumcision. I knew you were going to bring it up as well. I was like, is he going to bring up the circumcision? And he brought it up.
Well, you were talking about the last time you went to the hospital, and that was the last time.
You could have made up anything. You could have said, yeah, I defended my mom from my nan, punched her right in the face, bruised my knuckle.
I actually like to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, there's such a thing as too much information. Like, I don't mind, but I just think that, I don't know, someone's like, wow, let's check out this new podcast. Like, I've got my nice bowl of meat here. Like, they just have, like, pieces of sausage on their bowl. And, like, they're eating, and then you suddenly bring up circumcision and, like, no thanks.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to gaming
Yeah.
then. I've also played Metal Gear Solid 2 again,
Wow.
because I'm such a big fan of Metal Gear Solid.
I love how even though you say it, it still sounds sarcastic. Like, because I'm such a big fan of Metal Gear Solid.
No, but I'm actually I'm a pretty big fan of
I
Metal
wouldn't
Gear
call it a fandom. I'd call it an obsession.
Yeah. But, like, I've played Metal Gear Solid 2 again, and it's the best one. It's so good.
Yeah, I've never played them before. I really cannot judge, and I'm not going to buy a console just to play them.
You have a console, and I told you could borrow my HD collection.
Well, I don't want to. Basically, I don't want to do anything on consoles anymore.
Well,
I'm just done with them.
the Phantom Pain is coming to PC, and it's pretty much a standalone
Yeah,
one.
but I can't
So-
trust your opinion because you said you only like old school games.
Yeah. No, I don't only like. You know it. You know it.
Oh well, that's just the way it is.
But it's really good, and you really should play it.
I probably won't. But I'm just gonna say like, oh, I might all. Thanks for the tip, bro. So I seem like a nice guy.
You can actually borrow
Yeah,
it.
but I don't want to. I really don't. I mean, it sounds like an interesting game. I just cannot be arsed. Like, I have so many things I still have to play. Like, if I were to go over my Steam list right now. Okay, games I want to play more. Age of Wonder 3. Arma, I hope that dies. Just like, as his French. I don't actually, but I just really dislike it. Awesome Knots. I mean, it's fun. It's just, I barely touched it. Bad Rats. Oh shit. I've played this game to death. I actually finished Bastion like a week ago. Tom, about a week ago?
About a week ago. Oh.
It was a bit too late on that that
Yeah.
one. But
Oh,
go
Ah,
on.
Battle Block
kick out.
Theater. That's a pretty fun game as well. Let's go up. It really depends on who you're playing with.
Oh, I also got your Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Yeah, but that's not a real Metal Gear Solid game though, because
No, but
it's more about like the combat and less about the other things around it.
less about the story. Yeah, the story is kind of yeah.
Dank.
No, it's it's worse than 4, and that says a lot. Well, I don't know. People seem to like 4 for some reason, but I think it's stupid.
Wow, some real nice criticism. People like
Well-
it, but
well,
I
if I
think
wa-
it's stupid.
No, but I can go into detail.
No,
about that
actually, you
game
know
and
what?
talk-
I prefer stupid.
yeah, and I can talk about it for hours. So
But the
Yeah.
thing is, people don't realize this. He actually can. Like, I mean, I can
Yeah.
talk for hours, but not about like one subject. Well, I can. Well, I suppose
Oh.
I can just talk about any subject, but still.
Rising Revenge it's just a good game. It's just it's like, well, it's not hard, but it's a fun game. It's really
Yeah, I get it. I
Wow.
get what you mean.
for especially the boss battles are so good. It's just you've seen me play it, so you kind of know what it's about.
Yeah, I've seen you play it. You spoiled the last boss fight for me, so you know you blew it. Basically, I'm not gonna play it anymore. But I'm just gonna say I am.
Yeah, I can see if you play it. See, I'm always watching you.
Yeah, you are actually. Like, Raul, you wouldn't believe this, but if I do anything that he can join, before I even get a chance to ask, it's like, wham! I'm in! I'm like, oh, I was actually going to play with my nan, who's about to die. This is like the last time I'll
I-
ever see her. He's like, nah!
Yeah, so I can join in. I can just
just
I like
really awkwardly third wheeling, just like permanently.
yeah, but I don't know. It's just I'm playing a game, and I'm kind of bored, or I'm kind of bored, or just watching a video, and I see like Maurice putting up a game, and I think, yeah, that would be fun if we can play that together. So I ask it immediately.
Yeah. Oh well.
But Maurice isn't always too happy.
No,
with
I'm
that.
not. No, I do often make like a joke, like, oh, stalker, a sick joke, isn't it? But like most
Yeah,
of the
no,
time
it's-
he's allowed to join, like for a small fee, of course. But
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Well,
that's the way it is.
so Maurice, you played any games lately
No,
that aren't League of
I-
Legends, TF2?
well, I've been playing some Europe Universalis 4, which is a pretty fun game. It's like, well, you probably know it. It's basically like a grand strategy game, and it's pretty ridiculous. You play like, it's ridiculous as in the size. Like the context is pretty.
Oh,
I must say I don't like the setting, to be honest, but it's such a good game that I started to like the setting. It's weird. It plays like in like it's focused on Europe. Whoa, it's called Europe Universalis. You figure, but like focuses on Europe and European countries, and you basically play like from 1444 to 1821, I think, and you do like all European things like make wars, mistreat natives, genocide, stuff like that.
I heard you can do some pretty weird things to keep your power.
It's
Certain
like the
points.
diplomacy system is like I've never seen anything like it. It's so insane. You have like, if it existed in real life, you can have it like in that game, and it's like pretty much everything that ever happened in real life is included. Like if you know games, for example, Rome 2. If you play that and you see a faction you want to play, you can't just play it. You have to either buy the DLC or maybe you can't even play it at all. In this game, you can literally pick the Cherokees in 1444, wait till like 1500 because Europeans always take longer in the real game to show up, and just fucking migrate all over America. You can just roleplay as a Cherokee tribe who migrates over America. It's
Wow.
it's so insane. It's like, and there are fun stuff as well. You can like say, okay, I'm gonna go Congo first. I'm gonna conquer Africa, and then I'm gonna wreck Britain. It's just like, oh sure, go ahead.
No, you've actually done that. I've heard you say that.
Well,
you
I was
have-
like in an alliance with Congo, while they were my protectorate, and I was fighting England. I think I was Hindustan, and basically they invaded England. Like they invaded mainland England. Just Congo landed fucking troops there. It was pretty funny to
well.
see. I mean, they got wrecked, but it was pretty funny nonetheless.
Just the sheer confidence, like
Yeah, we got
that-
this. Like, just show up with spares.
and they've got guns.
Yeah.
That would be funny. I've also played Gunpoint.
Oh yeah, I've played that game as well.
That's good. I really like the setting. I really like and the music in the menu is really good, and the music just in general is so good. I like the jazzy sound in the menu. They have like smooth jazzy sounds, and in the
They have more like
No.
techno-ish in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. I've played it.
So
I like the
love it.
mechanics, and I like how it like build out. I also like the humor. It's just after I finished this for the first time, you have like these different branching side paths, side missions and whatnot, and depending on
Yeah,
which
yeah.
ones you take, you get a different
I-
outcome.
I haven't finished it yet, but yeah, I've noticed the
Yeah,
different side paths.
it's just I really couldn't be arsed. Like once if you've done it once, you've pretty much seen it. At least I had.
Yeah, well, it does have like a problem with what it's a bit easy. You can really easily figure out what to do.
Yeah, but like if you
I-
like for example, I did a non-lethal run. Well,
Yeah.
I tried. That's the thing. Doing those kind of
Would you-
things, like sometimes you just really get stuck, and I wonder if it's possible that certain missions aren't like completable, non-lethal. But I imagine they are.
Yeah, but you know, at force you have to if you want to get them out of the way or in any way like knock out, you can't knock them out. You have
Yeah.
to kill them. You have to.
No, you
jump
don't
on the
have to
windows.
kill them, but you can like you can just stun them. You have to either completely avoid them, which is sometimes impossible, or you just have to use a trick around them, like the
Alright.
sockets or whatever.
Yeah, or you can use the light switches to get.
Yeah,
them
exactly.
out of the
So,
way.
but then you still avoid them. Also, it has like the best 2 achievements I've ever gotten. Like, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. Basically, because you can always see it from the start of the game, you can see it in the shop. You get like an item that allows you to kick in doors, and the doors fly through, and they hit guards and knock them unconscious. So the first time you kick in a door, you get an achievement. I think it's called like door kicker or whatever. And then after that is another door, and if you kick that door, you actually hit a guard and he flies out of a window. So then a second achievement pops up and goes like, well, might as well give you an achievement for that. And I was just like playing the game, and it's like
Yeah.
someone made that joke, and it worked out perfectly on me. I really enjoyed getting joked,
Well,
pranked. It's not a
yeah.
prank, it's just it was a funny joke. As I said, the game has really good humor.
I got an achievement for a door slamming me in the face. That was pretty funny. Just I was trying to get a guard, and the guard suddenly opened the door and just knocked me out.
Yeah, I think I've got that one as well because it's not that hard to get.
And there was one. This is really easy. Just pin a guard to the floor and just keep hitting till his face is pulp.
Yeah, there's no achievement for this. Please stop already. Oh god, fine, have an achievement, and then you get like an achievement,
Yeah.
and then it goes, how many times more are you going to do this? And then every time you hit, it says like 1 question mark, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can just keep hitting. After that, you don't
Yeah,
get
it's-
anything anymore. But
That's really that's a what's it called, a Stanley Parable.
yeah,
kind
I
of
was
thing.
about to say the same thing. It's so Stanley Parable, just like the door kick one. Like
Yeah.
gameplay wise, it's an actual game. Well, Stanley Parable is a game, I suppose, but it's like there's actual gameplay to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like those achievements and the humor also is kind of Stanley Parable-ish.
Yeah, it really is. At certain points, I mean, also the when you can when you're chatting with someone, you can like really cheesily lie, with like sometimes I don't know, when you have like at a certain point you have 3 options. You have speak the truth and lie. That's in brackets. Just so you think like it won't show up in the text. But when you click it, it says in the text truth, and he actually responds to that. You don't have to say it's true. I trust you.
You like at a certain point, someone contacts you, or basically spoiling everything in this game, but it doesn't really matter. Like some guy contacts you, and he goes like, "Are you like the private detective?" And you could go like, "Yes, I am." Like, who would like to know? Or you could go like, "No, I'm a freelance hat salesman." And if you
Yeah.
pick that up, he's like, "The fuck, don't have time for this." But in the end, you still get the mission. I would have liked it more if it like just locked off that entire part of the story. But I think it's part of the main storyline, so it can't really do that. But still, I
Yeah.
think the option just being there, and I actually picked it, of course, was pretty funny. I mean, as I said before, I like hats. I actually collect hats. That's right.
Whoa, he collects hats.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
don't you talk down to me like that? You collect Metal Gear. Yeah.
And Retro just all retro video game consoles and retro. You know, I have an
Yeah,
entire
I know.
shop dedicated to retro PC big box.
Wow.
Wow. And I have lately put all my retro consoles on my closet, just on top of it. And if you look up, I can see my Nintendo 64, Xbox.
Yeah, like if your
Sega
brother
Master
knocks
System.
into the wall too hard, they all fall off. So
No,
good job.
they're kind of in the middle,
Oh,
which
okay.
can still.
Well, so you
really-
can see them, but they can't fall
Yeah.
off, because if you can see them, they can fall off.
No,
Unless
if
you
I-
like
it
nailed
can-
them to it.
No, I can't see them, but they have to be a really big earthquake to get them off.
So,
So,
basically, your brother falling to the wall.
Oh yeah,
Ayo.
sure.
Just kidding, guys.
Heyo.
Okay,
Yeah, he's fast.
let's move on to something else. Does either of you have any like funny news or funny stories?
Well, I don't have. This isn't funny. This is more shocking. There was like in some Middle Eastern country, there were like five guys raped one girl,
Mhm.
and after that, the father of the girl asked like to the guy who raped her, asked to marry her,
Wait,
asked him to marry her,
Oh.
the father of the guy, and it was like, and the guy agreed, because then his friends would go off free, like without charge.
wait, so they group raped her?
Yeah, the group raped her. Then his father asked one of the guys who raped her, to marry her, so that the other people who also raped her go off free without charge.
That's pretty messed up.
Yep.
But damn it all,
Is it-
people come here to laugh, not to cry. This isn't Scrubs.
Well, Scrubs, they laugh and
Yeah,
cry.
that's the
makes it
thing.
better.
Like,
That makes it-
especially after watching, I started watching The Office. Well, I'm almost done actually. And basically, I think The Office is the perfect mix of, like, they're basically a comedy for well, basically all seasons, and then in the last season they start to pull like the emotion card. You know what I mean? Like they go like,
Yeah.
oh, remember this time? Oh, there was such a sweet moment. And you go like, oh, they're sweet, but like they were funny as well. But because you got so used to this, like you really bonded with those people, even though they're not actually real. You go like, oh, I
Yeah.
remember that time. Oh, that old guy. Oh, he's still alive. Am I right? I really like that.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
Scrubs is too much. It's too much. Like I like
Yeah,
Scrubs.
it's
It's just
so-
too much emotional.
Yeah.
stuff.
Sometimes it's really forced. At some point.
Yeah.
It's really.
It's not just forced, but it's also like too much. Even if it wasn't forced, even like I guess the way I'd see it is Scrubs really isn't like a comedy in the first place.
No, but it's funnier than most comedies.
Yeah,
that
that's also why Scrubs is really good. Like the secondary aspect of the comedy is basically the secondary aspect. That's what really makes it good. Like the relationship is basically what's about, and then the comedy is what elevates it above the other things.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Well, you
So,
know, I'd ask Tom about this, but Tom I think
Doesn't
Tom-
watch Scrubs.
Yeah, not just that, but I mean, like, you never watch movies or series, do you?
No.
No. Well, let's Tom. Do you have any funny news or stories or whatever?
No.
It can be an old story as well.
Does it really have to be, as long as it's funny?
Tom, this better be so funny, or else you're gonna get it.
I don't think it's going to be anything because I can't think of anything.
Damn it!
Wow.
I just took a sip. Deal
Wow.
with it. I was like taking a sip in anticipation of Tom's hilarious piece of stand-up, what he was going to perform right here, right now.
I don't tend
Just,
to remember news stories.
Please,
Tom!
do a
Yeah, no, go on, Will.
do a Seinfeld.
He doesn't watch Seinfeld, so he can't, like,
I don't.
relate to that. You do.
No.
You don't.
That's too bad.
Well, Tom, you're a blast to have on. You're not even a guest. You'd think Tom's like this shy guest or the coffee lady. No, he's one of the core members of this podcast. Damn it, Tom. We actually have another guy, and he couldn't even
But,
make it because his,
okay.
what was it again? His sound card broke?
No, he doesn't have a sound card.
He
He's
doesn't have one at all, like someone nicked him.
Well, I don't have it. I've just got used the motherboard one.
Yeah, okay, but like that has
Oh,
a
yeah.
built-in sound card.
That's still a
Yeah.
sound card.
Well, yeah, he's got that, but anyway, the jacks on his computer are broken.
Oh,
You have
Ah,
like more than
sorry,
one, don't you?
Like all of them are broken, so we had to get adapters that would make it work somehow. Yeah, fuck it.
wow.
Like
I don't even care.
so he plugs the adapters into the
I hope he never
USB
comes
port.
back.
I must say, like, can't say I've missed them. It sounds really mean, but it's like, well, what did we miss? A Madeline joke here and there. That's about it.
No, but I don't know. He was more talkative than
He
Tom.
is, but it does not necessarily make him better than Tom.
Oh,
I
Wow.
also like how we're just talking about Tom. He's just here. You're having fun, Tom.
Yeah, he knows he's not.
Yeah,
fun,
it's pretty fun. It is pretty fun.
No.
No, it's not.
Uh,
Nice story, Tom. I really enjoyed that. This is a stock response. I've just used this right now. I
I
hope
can
it
tell-
fit the story.
I can tell things about when I went to Japan.
No,
Uh,
no.
people
How
want
about
to hear
no?
that,
I don't
right?
think anyone ever. I suppose it was pretty cool, but it's not like
No,
it's not like
it's not that entertaining.
no.
Although maybe the hentai store thing is entertaining. Maybe.
Well, I suppose Tom doesn't have jack shit at all, so you might as well tell it.
Yeah, well, I was walking to the Akihabara. That's like it used to be an electronics district in Japan, in Tokyo.
Then it turned into a
Uh,
red light district.
Well, it turned into a anime district, pretty much. And I was walking through a alleyway, and there was like this window, like there was on the window was PC games, just like nothing else, just PC games and games. So I thought the game shop. So I went up, came through a curtain, and it was boom, hentai everywhere. And I was like, okay, I can't read Japanese characters. I want to, but I can't. Still learning.
Right.
I didn't really expect that. I really expected like just a small game shop or something, but it was like a hentai shop. There weren't even any games. It was just all video.
You know,
And
I
so-
don't think you've told me this story. Maybe you have, but I can't remember it at least. But this really reminds me. Remember when we went to London, and we were
Oh,
like, we were like just. I don't even know where we were. I think we were at Piccadilly. It doesn't really matter.
yeah,
Anyway, we were,
no.
we were basically standing there, so we were like looking for a game shop. So two of those like
Oh, yeah,
generic
that was
officers
Pic-
with like the brown hats.
Yeah, that was Piccadilly
Yeah,
Circus,
that was.
though. Yeah.
Like I think they're called bobbies. Tom, you're British. Are they called bobbies?
Police.
Police.
But
They're called bobbies.
they
I'm gonna call
really-
them bobbies. So Bob
really
and
serious
Bobberson are
voice.
standing there. They're called
Really
bobbies, Tom. I'm fucking
with a really
looking it up.
serious voice. No.
No, I hate my life. When is this podcast over?
Uh,
Tom, I just looked it up and I'm
Fucking
only
Googling it,
getting
you
hits.
Fucking
of-
bell it.
They're bobbies. Okay, so basically Bob
No.
and Bobberson were standing there, right? So we're like, excuse me, sirs.
Don't
Is
listen
there a
to this
game
guy.
store nearby? Tom, this
No,
actually
no,
happened, and it's a pretty
No.
decent story. It's better than you brought to the table.
well, Peter asked for a record shop. for
No,
all
he
records.
didn't. That's the thing, though. We asked for a game shop. So they were like, oh yeah, go there, there, there. So we followed their instructions. Basically,
Yeah,
it led us through a red light district. Like, I don't know how they managed to pull it off, but apparently there's like a red light district, like,
It is set like really. It is set just between two regular like a shopping street, like just two streets, just with
Yeah.
all normal shops
And
and,
then,
record
it's like-
stores, and then bam, just a small
yeah,
alleyway, just a small
wham,
alleyway,
porn
all
everywhere.
red light.
And after
Yeah.
there was a record store, and that's when we went in a record store. We just couldn't shake the feeling that those like that Bob and Bobston, that's his boss, Bobston, that they were just standing there like giggling, oh, you sure send them to the red light district. Oh.
I hope to have a good time.
But it's not like, the weirdest thing is, like, what happened with you, like maybe someone mistranslated games or whatever, but those were like British police officers who sent like underage foreigners to the local red light district. Like, oh, pick me up a Playboy. Like, oh, sure, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
no, those.
British
That's not
people and their
about
banter,
Playboy.
you should understand already.
Well, it's not really banter. I think
Yes,
I'd
it
file
is.
a complaint.
I'd do that.
But you're just like that. Like some kids, sir, I've lost my mommy. And you just send her to the orphanage, even though her mom was like saying, if my daughter comes by, please tell her I'm waiting in the car. Just that's the kind of person you are, Tom.
Yeah. Maurice is just dictating that to you. You're gonna sit there and take it. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it, Tom.
Fuck
Just,
off, Maurice.
Tom's taking everything today because he's playing Counter-Strike. How are you 8
Wow.
and 16? How is that even possible? I
I've just
checked your
finished.
score. Oh, okay. Because I
Fucking
like
hell.
checked game info.
Ooh. Maurice says hacking the game info.
Yeah, I am.
Mhm.
Well,
So,
that's just like that. Okay, also, I've got a fun little, like, audible challenge set up.
oh,
Okay, so basically, Tom, can you maybe not play a game? Well, this game at least, what I'm about to tell you about. Basically, you have to describe something in one sentence, but you can't use the word itself. And we basically pick a topic, like, I don't know, like countries, and you go like, oh, fat patriots. And everyone's like, oh, that's America.
and I go like hentai, and everybody knows.
Yeah, you could say tentacles as well. You could be even more subtle. You could say schoolgirls. You could even do it in one word. But it was just an example, because if you use countries, it's way too easy. Because you just name all stereotypes, and now it's just a game of who has their stereotypes like best lined up. So, Tom, how about you?
No,
You
no.
pick a topic about what the game's going to be about. Could be anything.
Interesting.
Make it a good one.
I'm shit at stuff like this. Why do you put me under such pressure?
Well, because otherwise you don't
Nice.
say shit.
Yeah.
Makes me want to turn my live support off.
Can.
That's the second time.
It can be anything. I don't know. It can even be like software or
Software?
yeah.
Yeah, like Word or whatever.
Microsoft Excel.
What? Just Excel?
Yeah.
Just Excel.
No. So your topic is Excel. It has to be broader like that. I like software.
Aw.
I proposed it myself. I like that software idea. What genius proposed that? But like, you know what I mean? Like, if you do Excel, it's like, oh, my topic is the spreadsheet button. I really like that.
Fucking, I hate you. I hate you so much.
It can be internet sites, just whatever you want. Just pick something.
Can even be.
There you go,
porn.
internet sites.
Wow, Tom, what a great idea! Did you come up with that?
Okay, so
Yeah.
who's
No, you didn't.
Who begins?
I don't mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so I have to begin?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I can begin.
Okay, basically one of us sends the person who has to make the sentence, the thing,
Wait, so
And
why
then
is it I can't play a game?
other person guesses. No, like, for example, Tom, let's say this is an example. It's, what did we do again? Internet sites?
Yeah.
It's like YouTube, so you go like, oh, there are a lot of videos. So I
Wow.
pick the topic, which is YouTube. I send it to Raul. Raul comes up with a sentence, and Tom has to guess the topic. Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
So I'll send Raul a topic. Alright, yeah, topic.
Turn it on Steam if you can.
Yeah, I did. Oh, whoops, I sent it to Björn. He's not going to be amused because it's a really shitty site.
Basically a Google.
No.
knockoff.
You have to come up with one sentence. You can only use one
Yeah,
sentence.
basically Google knockoff.
Google knockoff.
Well, it's not really descriptive. That could be any search engine.
Okay, sorry.
Big.
Basically,
Ask Jeeves.
No, that's the most random one. Why would you go?
Okay.
It was Bing. You could have said something like the porn database or whatever, but you went with like Google knock. Also,
But that's
you
not
went
a Google
with Ask-
knockoff.
You went with Ask Jeeves. Who uses Ask Jeeves?
That's the
Tom
point.
still has it as like his start page. Good job, Tom. You already blew it.
Okay, I've got to send one to Maurice now.
No, you have to send one to Tom,
Oh, it's Tom.
and Tom sent one to me.
come up with a good. Um, yeah, that's good because
Oh, brilliant. Right, so,
One sentence.
well, yeah, but a sentence can be as long as you want it to be.
Okay, but still, one sentence. That were actually already 2 sentences, Tom. You've already lost the game twice.
I was
so it's-
explaining what a sentence was.
Damn
That
it,
doesn't
Tom! I
count.
don't need to hear about sentences. I don't need to hear about the topic.
Alright, my gran plus meat.
Marjorie
fun.
meat.
No? What?
That's your nan's
What
name.
kind of site is that?
I don't know. It has to be a real site.
Yeah.
You can't just like come up with spicynans.org.
it probably is a real site.
Okay,
by the
so
way.
it's basically like it's a porn site.
Yeah, you're close.
It's a soft porn site.
Well,
Is it Nike?
multiple-
I'm just taking
multiple
shots now.
genres.
What?
Multiple genres.
Multiple genres.
Um,
Wait. It's getting familiar. Multiple genres.
No.
Is it Spotify.com?
Wait, no, what? You were closer than. What the hell?
Okay,
It's more. It just
Okay.
basically turned into a guessing game.
Tom, I'm sending you something.
But what are you
Gosh.
sending him? Tom needs to come up with the sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has featuring hot spicy nans
Plant
or just
a
Tom's
tree.
nan. Is it Facebook?
No.
Oh.
Plant a tree. For every
It's
10,000
Pornhub.
views. I don't like how you knew that. Is
Well,
that
it
some
was-
kind
it
of
was
like
a joke.
advert
What the
on their
fuck?
site?
I asked, is the porn site? No, not really.
No, we didn't
it's
say
called
no.
Fucking Pornhub.
Didn't say no.
You asked
I know
soft-
you said. No, I asked, is it a porn site? You're like, yeah, well, no, kinda. And then I was like, why is it a soft porn site?
Yeah, well, we said kinda, and you were like
What do you
Spotify.
mean kinda? That's like spot on. What
Fucking-
else do you go for porn? For the trees? Fucking
Well.
hell, Tom.
visual novels.
So basically, you both suck at this game.
Okay, yeah.
Just
well,
kidding. Okay,
Wait,
Tom, you
do
get
I have
to
to send
make-
one
you-
to
You
Maurice?
get to pick a
Send-
topic for me now.
Just the site I sent to Maurice.
Interesting. I don't visit many sites.
Fucking hell, don't do a site
I've
you
lost.
don't visit.
You
Or something
know-
you think be funny. Like, do you think I visit Bing? I only
Yeah.
visit Ask Jeeves, everyone
Well,
knows that.
use Internet Explorer. I mean,
Fuck off, Tom. That's
must
a
have a
topic
few
for another
problems.
podcast, because we're almost out of time. Like, Raul's mom can storm in at any minute now.
Yeah.
Like in my house, because she's my PA.
Okay.
Did you get a topic yet, Tom?
Okay. When he while he's
oh, I
looking
meant to
for-
type it. I was about to say it. Whoops.
Are you fucking...
Whoops. That would have been GG.
Oh my fucking god. But that's a site though. It's like a page on a site.
Well,
Oh,
st-
okay, I'll keep
yeah,
that in
it's
mind.
Okay,
still a site,
basically,
isn't it?
you know, whenever you search for porn, this one site always shows up, and Tom decided to pick a really weird fetish. It's called Guro in Japanese.
Oh god.
You found. I've sent like 6 sentences already. Okay, but I'm gonna give it. Well, I'm not really gonna give it away.
Yeah. It's
When
not-
you looked up an anime, you found the hentai version on this particular site before you found the actual fan site.
I have no idea.
You wanna know what it is?
What is it?
It's reddit.com/r/gore porn. That's what Tom came up with.
Holy shit.
Like, this is what I mean. He's just like this. You think, oh, he's this nice, shy guy. And he goes like, I want you to describe gore porn in one sentence. And it better be Reddit gore porn because I know the difference between Reddit gore porn and Tumblr gore porn. Don't test me.
Well, Tumblr, you said something like trigger warnings. So
Trigger warning.
oh, you don't know that.
Yeah, I know it actually. With the Game Grumps. That
Yeah.
there's a Tumblr for them. Well, not for... Yeah, there's a Tumblr for them as well. It's a Tumblr for everything.
Yeah. So
I
Yeah.
know it. I think we can tell the story of sport.
so we're almost out of time, and we had something like a idea to watch a movie for the next podcast.
Oh yeah. Well, basically, we were thinking of watching a movie. All of us watch the movie and then discuss the movie on the next podcast.
Which is pretty good idea. Like, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I love that idea. Who came up with that idea?
Oh yeah, I love that idea. It's not like I
Yeah,
came
ah.
up with the idea or something.
Shh. No, I asked Jeeves that. I asked Jeeves podcast ideas.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Don't. I'm not even sure if that site still exists.
Yeah, it still exists. Okay.
Well, but
what
basically, I
does-
said to Raul, we can either pick it like beforehand and be well prepared and actually have something to talk about, or
you
since
know
the
what?
discussion about what movie to pick will probably be pretty funny as well, we can just do it on the first episode of the podcast as well.
Hmm.
So we're just gonna do it now.
Yeah.
So Tom, do you have any suggestions for movies we
Well-
could watch?
No.
Does he watch movies? I don't
No,
know.
but
No.
he's probably seen movies.
You hope that he's seen
Uh,
movies.
I can't remember the last time I watched a movie.
Well, do you know
Can't
any
remember what
movies?
it's called either. It was something about a prison.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that was it.
But I've already seen that one.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
you as well.
shit. That's the last thing I've seen.
Oh, my.
And that's the last movie I remember
Last
watching.
movie I watched was Shawshank Redemption when it came out. Good job, Tom. You
Well-
won again. I don't even think you were born then.
Well, I always enjoy watching some shitty game movies from time to time. I mean, I don't know if you want to watch that, but sometimes it's so funny.
The problem is with those, they're always from games I either don't like or don't play at all.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
whether I
Resident
like,
Evil.
if I dislike the canon anyway, the movie is just gonna be even worse, and I won't get how bad it is and how funny it is and how bad it is. It's just going to turn into I hate
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah, I get it. I like the Resident Evil movies just for that, because I like the Resident Evil storyline. Although, yeah, sometimes it has its this is not,
Flaws. It's basically it's written by Japanese people, so you know.
yeah. But it is really fun to see that translated to movies, and for that matter, there are 5 Resident Evil movies. Just to give you an idea, 5 Resident Evil movies,
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
and Wesker doesn't die.
How about we
Yeah.
watch the interview?
Well, I have already watched that, but I
Oh.
want to watch it again. It's good. It's fun.
Because like I mean, it's a pretty new movie, so it's current. Like wow, we'll
Well,
get
I-
so many hits on our tags on YouTube. I can't believe it.
Well,
Like they removed tags like 4 years ago. Well, more like 2, but still.
yeah, but the interview, it's really I would,
Is it good?
it's pretty. I like James Franco and Seth Rogen, so
Would you
I like it.
like mind if he picked that movie, even though you've already seen it?
No, not at all.
Tom,
I
would you
wouldn't
be
mind.
up for it?
I wouldn't mind watching it again.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So we're all going to be watching the interview.
Yeah.
Tom, it's a movie out 2004.
What?
Just because you're not really down with the kids anymore, so. you might
What
just-
about 2004?
2014, I mean.
Oh.
It came out last year. It's
Yeah.
the movie that shut down, that
Yeah.
made those hackers attack not PlayStation, well PlayStation as well, but Sony, then
No,
isn't it?
the hackers on PlayStation were from a different squad or something. But
Squad.
no, they have like squads and it's really complicated. But the hack for the movie came from North Korea. And after
Well, I highly doubt that because they have like 300 computers total.
no,
that are
but
actually
they've
hacked
traced
from
they've
the
traced it.
internet.
They have evidence that they did it. And it came through China, and they have like evidence.
Yeah, that's
I've seen
true.
it. I've seen it. And
Well,
and the
well
funny
anyway, like I mean, I think we should like be wrapping up the podcast now
Yeah,
because we
that's
we
a
have
story for
actually
another
passed
time.
1 hour.
We can
Well, or we could just not tell it. You know,
no, that's not.
crazy idea.
Well, it's a pretty funny story, and
It's a reasonable story.
Yeah,
but I
that's-
think most people have either already heard it, and if they
Yeah.
haven't heard it, they're probably not interested in it.
yeah. Well, then
Well, if you played along with the drinking game, you've taken 5 shots and looked up WTF as Ask Jeeves.
well, I actually I have typed in Ask Chief podcast ideas, and the second the second what do you call it? Second link is promocondom.nl.
Wow.
So yeah.
I wonder why people don't use Ask Jeeves. Well, I say people. I mean 1/3 of everyone in this call right now uses Ask Jeeves, so it's quite a nice number actually. Can you imagine how the world would look like if 1/3 of the world population were to use Ask Jeeves?
And on that bombshell, I guess we'll end the podcast.
Yeah, I think we'll have to end now. Though it would be really funny to hear those moms storm in.
Yeah, I don't think.
That would be top-notch entertainment.
Well, if there are Dutch people watching, then they would find it
Oh,
funny.
I'll translate it. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Well, anyway, I think Tom should do the outro.
Yeah, Tom, do the outro. Do it.
I
Tom-
hate you all. I'm never doing this again. And that's the end.